Title of his speech is Stress versus State of Mind. Friends, please welcome Dr. R.P.S. Verma.
Years ago, maybe 10,000 years ago, I was in jungle wearing skin dresses. One day, I was taking rest in a cave and a tiger entered. I had no choice except to fight with the tiger. Next day, while returning to the cave from a distance, I saw the tiger already taking rest in the cave. Did I fight with the tiger? No. That much of common sense I had. With the earliest opportunity, I ran and climbed on a tree. Emergency reaction of human being of this nature was first discussed and described by Dr. Cannon from Harvard Medical School as a fight or flight response, and more recently, stress. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, respected judges, and distinguished guests, the term stress is borrowed from the vocabulary of physics and engineering, meaning a force of sufficient magnitude, when applied to a system, will either deform or destroy the system. Let us look at the stress concept differently. Suppose you return home from your day's work and you find out that you just won ₹1 crore worth of prize. Pleasant news indeed. Now, something unpleasant. Suppose you return home from your day's work and you find out that a member of your immediate family had a fatal accident. According to Dr. Solvay from Montreal University of Medical School, it may be difficult to believe that in both the situations, your body will behave nearly in identical manner. Most probably, your heart will beat rapidly and your blood pressure will rise. This he called as a positive and negative stress. Dr. Benson from Harvard Medical School suggests that doorbells, telegrams, and telephonic calls in the middle of night can cause high blood pressure, stroke, and heart failure, and described it as an acute stress. It has been long established by Dr. Danberg that unstable political situation, the pollution, the traffic conditions in the city, the government taxes, the difficult boss, the unmanageable wife can cause bodily diseases, and describe it as chronic stress. Whatever it may be, whether good or bad, our body has got only one way to respond, and that is by secreting adrenaline hormone into our system. It is the right or the wrong quantity of adrenaline into our system which will decide the state of our mind. Stress is a fact of life, and it cannot be avoided completely. However, tigers do not exist today, but the tiger-like situation exists today in our society. In every office, there is a tiger called boss. In every class, there is a tiger called teacher. In every house, there is a tiger called wife. Can we fight or flight? No. In their book entitled Stress, Walter McCrae, who won an award from American Heart Foundation, and his novelist wife, Anna Queen, points out the effect of prolonged stress, and I quote, "The physical frustrated reactions can damage the circulatory system, the digestive tract, the lungs, the muscles, joints, and it can hasten the general process of aging. Excessive stress can upset the general process of your nervous system, and it can lead to insomnia, fatigue, lack of concentration, excessive drug use, sleeping pills, vitamin pills, and painkillers, gastrointestinal problems such as ulcers and colitis, allergic reactions, and lastly, sexual disorders both in male and female. At this point, you may well be asking a question as to what can we do to face the stress effectively. The secret of coping stress is to know the level of stress you can handle comfortably and develop a plan of action to develop a stress tolerance. I see the plan of action of stress tolerance having two aspects, physical aspect and psychological aspect. Psychological aspect, I mean that your healthy self-image and you feel good about who you are, and you have the abilities to fight the difficulties of the modern world. The physical aspect, I see eightfold paths. Have regular medical checkup and follow your doctor's advice. Have 7 to 8 hours sleep every night. Do physical exercises every day and have good breakfast. Avoid smoking and drinking alcoholic drinks. Practice relaxation exercises from 15 to 20 minutes every day. Anybody who follows this psychological aspect or the physical aspect recommendation will be able to generate the appropriate quantity of adrenaline into his system, which will be able to cope with the stress of the modern world. One great person said, "Oh Master, give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage for the things I can change, and the wisdom to know the difference." Friends, if you cannot manage stress, the stress will manage you. The choice is yours. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Doctor. Now I have a comrade in Dr. Warmer. I was thinking only I have tiger in the office and